breaking the fourth wall here. I don't usually do this in this particular bit, but I've been in contact with One Football. They want someone to cover Group A for the World Cup for them, don't they? So I've got the perfect man in mind. If you just bear with.
Hello?
Hello.
Manager Dr.
Yes, only me.
It's been quite some time, son.
Yeah, about that. I know it's been a while. Yeah.
That's okay.
No, I knew you'd be supportive. Yeah. Well, I've got a job for you. See?
Is it director of football, by any chance?
No, not that.
Oh.
Okay, let me just tell you what the job is. So what I need to do, cover Group A of the World Cup that's coming up. One Football have been in touch. They want us to...
No, I'm afraid I can't do that, old boy. No.
What, sorry?
Well, you see, I'm working for ITV this summer, so it's a conflict of interest. So.
ITV? Okay.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. I think me and the guys are going to have a great time.
No, it's all right. I guess I'll have to find someone else then.
Okay, so
no, it's all right, Ken.
Find someone.
Yeah, all right,
Okay,
yeah.
take care. Yes.
Yeah, bye-bye now.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Oh, dear.
Shame. No shame.
I need someone to do this. I need someone to go to Russia to begin. I need... All right. Last resort, but...
What?
Hello!
Dr. Benji FM?
Yeah, it's me, Dr. Benji FM.
It's been a while. I mean, where have you been?
Mr. Sports News. It's a pleasure as always. How are things?
Well, I've been in the north for 6 months, but it's been alright apart from that.
Good. Well, have I got a job
No,
for you?
I'll take it.
Yeah, let me tell you what it...
Yeah,
No, just let me tell you what it is first.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you know One Football?
Oh, yeah. I've got it on my phone. I still use it every day.
Yes, the app from Road Trip. Good one. Yeah, we're partnershiping with them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, brilliant.
No, I need you to cover Group A of the World Cup.
Alright, great. I'll get packing.
All right, yeah. So I'll send you over some information, and I'll see you next time. You do that, yeah?
Brilliant.
Great news. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Sports News. Hope everything's well. It's been a while. All right, bye, mate.
Speak to you soon.
Bye. Sorted. What if I get to meet Mo Salah? That'd be good. Hello there, folks. Welcome back to an episode of Thames FC with me, Dr. Benji FM, and the team is looking... it's a bit weird. So we're in fourth place, looking pretty good, but as you'll see from the league table as I show you it, we'll look at the fixtures in just a moment. We are on 45 points, and we're not the only ones. Carlisle, who we played today in the FA Cup second round, a chance to get into the third round of the FA Cup, are running away with the division completely. They were very good last year, you might remember, in the playoffs, and now Walsall, Eastleigh, Us Lincoln, Hartlepool, Dulwich Hamlet, and Main Road are all up there. Actually, you could probably include Morecambe in that as well, fighting for those playoff spots, and at any game time moment, I feel like we can slip out of those spaces, and that's a little bit worrying for me. Since we last met in the 2-2 draw with Woking and the 1-0 win over Morecambe, it was back-to-back defeats. Main Road and Dulwich Hamlet both beat us, and as you've seen there, probably they're up there with us, battling away. FA Cup success though in the fourth round qualifying against Camel Laird. That was pretty simple, 3-1 win in that one. But then Hartlepool, another 2-0 defeat, and you can see there 3 defeats in a row. Not something we've had to deal with too often. It was then a 1-1 against Darlington, so that now makes it 4 games without a win. Finally, 2-0 against Leyton Orient, which we sold out the ground and actually helped us financially a little bit. First round win in the FA Cup against Gillingham, which is actually quite a good result considering they're a League 2 side. Team Solent was a 2-2 draw. Wins against Peterborough Sports in the FA Trophy. Draw against Fylde, and then a 2-1 win over Kettering. Pat Rogers and Mohamed Owusu on the goals. So that's good then. Our striker's still scoring. Mohamed Owusu, as you can see there, getting goals for fun. And so far this season, then 25 in 24. Recent form, very good. Lots of goals for him, and hopefully he carries on that for us today. And that then you can see a little bit of mixed form for us. Not ideal. And those 3 defeats in that draw, all of a sudden we were beginning to drop out of these promotion places. If I actually bring up, you can see here the past positions as I click 3 of the wrong things. Past positions onto Thames. It's been very up and down for us this season. You see we finished as low as 7th at one point after a weekend's fixtures, and are now only just back up to 4th position. So can we stay in that position today? Let's find out. Newport County to come, Carlisle to come a little bit later on in the FA Cup. Let's hopefully get into the third round. Let's hopefully beat Newport County and have ourselves a good episode. Now in terms of the squad then, Stevie Foster has been out for an awful awfully long time with an injury. It felt like 6 weeks he got for a jumping injury he had, which is never something you want to see. And then there's now got another injury, pulled hamstring, out for a few days after kicking the ball. Not good either. So after coming back from injury, he's now out again with injury, and over the last couple of seasons has had 2 now major injuries, and that is a bit of a concern for Stevie Foster as a player who, when he plays, is still very good. 5 goals, 11 assists, and if I take you back to the Vanarama National League, you can see best player in the division, most amount of assists, and we're without him again though today. You can probably predict actually that when we weren't playing so well, wasn't in the side, now he's come back winning again. So hopefully we can do well without him today, although not very confident. Also, looking at the 11 for today's game, Bright is also out injured. He's been out for a little while too. We've not had a fit, strong starting 11 for quite some time, and Holness at the back has also had an injury issue, so he hasn't been featuring. And this then is the lineup for today's game. Fitzpatrick will be in goal, Ashley Malt, Mohammed, Murray and Morgan, Harris with Grayson and Doherty in the centre. You can see we've switched the attacking midfield role over to the left-hand side because Stevie Foster's absence. Taylor has to play instead of Bright behind Owusu and Rogers, who, as you've seen, are still scoring goals for fun. So far, 40 goals between them in this campaign, and hopefully against Newport now they can get a few more. So then, into the games we go as we confirm our team selection. Of course, Owusu scoring a hat load of goals, and Stevie Foster on the assists. Only got one of them today. I keep mentioning it, but the lack of Stevie Foster is proving to be a problem. They've got a real life striker up front, 30 years of age, and he's fast. Right then, into the games we go. We're in the blue and white, they're in the orange and black, and hopefully that wasn't too quick of an explanation at the start of the episode. Lots of games we've gone through. We're going to try and progress this season a little bit quicker if we can do. It's looking like playoffs are going to be our only chance at promotion, as Carlisle have only lost 1 game so far this season, and of course, as you've seen, we play them next in the FA Cup, so I'm a little bit wary. Newport County, on the other hand, are down in 11th position on 35, so they're not a massive amount behind us, but we should be winning this. And after 26 minutes, we have our first highlight. Morgan heads forward, and you've seen from our recent form, draws, lots of defeats in there as well. It hasn't been particularly good, as Rogers, though, finds his way through. Owusu with the assist, and we're hopefully back to winning ways. I say that a bit prematurely. This is the one area of the pitch where I'd back Rogers probably, 80% of the time to get the goal. Owusu plays it over towards him. That first touch is fantastic, and across the keeper, he's very, very good. It's a free kick for them, though, as they play it out to that left-hand side. If we could win it back, there's definitely a counter-attack on here, and we're forcing this Lewis chap back as far as we possibly can. Owen Evans now picks it up, and you can see if we win the ball in these situations, we're pretty deadly. Goes all the way back to Fitzpatrick though, and eventually falls into the feet of Doherty, who finds Taylor in the middle, does he? Well, he gets away with it. Owen Evans just sort of stops there. Taylor again battling for it, and a good attacking move. Owusu plays forward Doherty, shot on goal, straight through the keeper. 28 minutes gone, 2-0. What was I worried about, viewers? What was I worried about? And when we tick, we really do tick. You can see here Taylor battling back for the ball. Really, we're quicker than them. That seems to be the key here. Owusu slides a pass through, and Doherty's right-footed finish, actually, although he's left-footed, beats the keeper. Clearly the keeper was outfoxed there. Wasn't expecting it. Now, generally speaking, and I say this sort of without trying to put too much pressure on the boys, when we take this sort of lead, we very rarely throw it away, and it might be 4s and 5s now, as Keon Harris is getting in on the action. And it's kind of coming true. You can see 48 points makes us a lot more secure in this battle for the top spots. And we need like every team below Carlisle needs Carlisle to have a huge collapse. Hopefully we can start that in our next game. 40 minutes gone. And this is actually quite reminiscent of the Charlton game, of course, earlier in the season when we absolutely blitzed them. And similar things happening here. I think it was 4-0 at half-time in that game. And this one might go the same way. Taylor out to Morgan on this left-hand side, back into Doherty, who's moved across. Now Taylor, if he can slide the ball through, he can. Rogers just puts it wide. Great first-half performance, though. And we've seen a few of these, haven't we? It's a free kick to Newport, though, as a shot comes in well over the bar, and that's going to be the final chance of the half. 3-0 to the good then, looking fantastic. Patrick say very pleased, keep it going. They like that. And really now, we're just trying to build for this second half. And if we can play well in this second half, we can then follow that into the FA Cup game. There's a strategy. Corner, though, to Newport. It's whipped in. Oh, it's a goal. Duffy puts it in. It was Milson with the first opportunity, and Duffy hits the rebound in. We didn't really react as quick as we maybe should have done. You can see our fans down there clapping along. As we get maybe a bit unlucky. I'm not too sure. I wouldn't expect us to throw this away, though. Our attendances seem to be down as well on last year, which isn't great news. I don't really know how we get those to go up. I don't think we can get them to go up. I do worry we'll be a Premier League side one day with 1,000 fans. Like, it's not great. Ball played over to Owusu, who's onside. I can't believe he's onside. Why didn't he pull it across? Owusu is quite greedy, I've got to say. I mean, he's got a lot of goals, so you can't really criticise, as Harris plays it out to Doherty, about 25 yards, into Rogers. Great finish from him. Pat Rogers with his second of the game. Thames are 4-1 up now, and that, I suspect, is probably game over. You can see Harris does brilliantly to find Doherty on the edge of the box, who slides it across to Rodgers, who first time right-footed, slams it past the keeper. Easy work. I think with 15 minutes to go as well, I'll make a couple of changes. Roy Nelson to come on for Owusu, who's had a bit of an indifferent game, and Holness, who needs the match fitness actually, and I want to play in the next game. I'm going to bring on for Mohamed, see if we can get him a little bit of game time here. Harris with another free kick, plays it in. Holness, he's just come on and he scored immediately. What a return that would have been for him. 80 minutes gone. And it's Newport who look to come forward, but no, we win it back brilliantly. And now Rodgers over towards Roy Nelson, who's just come on. Roy Nelson, he puts it in the back of the net brilliantly. 10 minutes to go, and it's already 5-1. A great performance, and it's just pleasing. And, I didn't know whether to play the game before or after Carlisle, but I thought we'd have Carlisle as like the big showpiece thing, especially if we go through, then that'd be really good. We'll also see how much better they are than us, I guess, in this game. And Nelson with the finish, lovely old stuff. Roy Nelson, I don't know, he's not scored too many for us this year, so it's nice to see him on the score sheet. I asked a while ago, like, who people's favourite players are, and Andy Douglas was mentioned quite a lot, and Clark Slocum was mentioned quite a lot, as well as a few others. A lot of the players that were mentioned, like Hallahan as well, have all left the club. Is there a new player within this side that you're starting to get a bit of affection for already? Owusu of course scores loads of goals. Is there someone in there that you quite like? Stevie Foster? I mean, he was the option for quite a few people as well. But there we are, 5-1, great performance, and if we can do that against Carlisle, then who knows what the sky is the limit, folks. And even then, it's not really a limit because it's endless in a way, isn't it? You can keep. I mean, a bit deep for this time of day. Doesn't feel like Friday. It's already. If you're watching this live, it's already Friday. Ayr United have offered me a job interview. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. Bradford recently, they were offering me one. I'm trying to think who else, but I've had about 6 in the last 2 weeks on Song Owusu, which is quite interesting considering he didn't score. Just checking in that game. He got 2 assists. Okay, yeah, good. Right then, and I do suggest people try and get in the habit of this. We're going to rest the boys for their upcoming game. Morale right now is through the roof. We've got a few unbeaten actually since that really tricky spell where we lost 3 in a row in the league. We've come out at the end of that pretty well. Actually, we've turned it around. I think since that 3 defeats in a row, I don't think we've lost Q right now. Luckily for us, even if we don't play great in this. We do. I think we play the bottom of the league next. We've got board improvements. Possibility of extending my contract. Always love these. Fantastic idea. Let's get that announced. Come on, that new contract to be offered. Lovely old job. I make more than most of the players. So, I'm happy to have these chats every now and then. My current contract actually ends next summer. So this is worth having. All right then, in terms of the vision, there's not a lot of vision in terms of these chats. I just sort of go... Yeah, that's fine. In fact, actually, I think current expectations, I should change them, potentially. We should challenge for a playoff position. And then see, they must like that. And I'm going to say I don't have any other changes to propose to the clubs. There we go. Right, they've offered me a contract. Lovely old job. 800 that's quite a big... I mean, let's have more. 3-year deal, 850 quid. And there's all this stuff as well. And they've said no. They want a 2-year deal. I really want a 3-year deal. Give me a 3-year deal. No, please. All right, 800 quid, 3-year deal. They just don't want to do it. Right, 850 quid, 2-year deal, fine. A 3-year deal, I think that would have been better for me. But anyway, back under contract then. Pleased to be given the opportunity by the chairman to continue what I've started here. I can absolutely guarantee the good times will keep on rolling. I mean, I need to say no more. Now, I saw there that Stevie Foster and Bright have both failed fitness tests, despite being pretty close to being able to play. So neither of them will feature, which is a bit of a shame, you've got to say. Let's get Clark Slocum on the bench as well. Holness, now we planned for this really. He's going to come back in. Him and Murray are going to switch around. And this is going to be the lineup then for this next game. Fitzpatrick in goal, Ashley Moult, Murray and Holness with Morgan on the left back position. Harris to play just in front with Grayson and Doherty. And then Taylor in behind Owusu and Rodgers. And that's what we like to see then. Here we go. Control fluid, working it into the box, getting stuck in now and again. Carlisle, though, tough opposition, but they are in our division, so it gives me a bit of hope. They've got this guy up front, they actually own him as well. Like, that's mad. 21 in 21, he's their own little Owusu. They've bought him for real money, which is unfair. All right, keep an eye out for him then. And Tariq Bartlett next to him is also... okay. But this year, we played him last year, he got battered, you might remember, in the playoffs. Rodgers and Owusu, they could cause them problems as well. Of course, Owusu didn't get to play against them in the playoffs. Ha-ha! Now it's all... Oh-ho! This is where Owusu's revenge on Carlisle is going to be instructed. We have played them this year and lost, so think about that, won't you? They've got a player injured, a player struggling for fitness. York up front is struggling as well. Here we go. I do this all the time, then we never win when I talk about it. First chance of the game, though, and it's a throw-in deep in our half. It's cleared, though, by Ashley Mole, which is pretty decent. And now, can Owusu got on this? No. Out to Butcher, and this sort of double up on this side could prove to be a problem as Chapman finds Bartlett. If we keep them in these areas, it's not too bad. The ball-in's decent, though. York's going to get on this as well. All doing me. Panic stations. But so far, looking pretty good. The switch is most definitely on, though. Isolated beyond belief and into the back of the net. And Carlisle took a 1-0 lead. Are they just too good? We're playing a control style. I'm going to switch it up to the counter-attack, sort of sit in a little more, we're getting a little bit too sucked in. I might play wider, actually, which is weird, because in this formation, that suggests a silly thing to do. I'm going to play wide and try and get our central midfield too, to sort of sit wider so they can support those fullbacks as chance, maybe? I mean, we've got the possession of the ball at last. Harris into Taylor, into Doherty. Rodgers is there. Goes for goal, but that's an impossible angle. They've had one shot compared to our 7, and they've scored it. So, it's not particularly even. We're dominating, really. Question is it domination if you don't win? They've got players out there struggling, though. When we look raring to go. This team talk's going to be pivotal. Now, I'm gonna stick it up them a little bit, if you excuse my French. Right then, let's get aggressive. Let's say, show me something else, second half. Josh Taylor seems demotivated, but we play anyway. These front two have got to start clicking, otherwise I'm going to bring Roy Nelson on, and we know he's in goal scoring form. I'm tempted to go at them here. We're gonna attack. We've got a corner as well, as Harris plays it in. Murray's there. We've hit the crossbar. We've hit the woodwork an unprecedented amount of times this season. I don't think there's a stat which shows teams and how often they hit in the woodwork, but if there is, I bet we're top of it. Question is, do we change things up? We've got Clark, Slocum and Hall on the bench. Do I go for an ambitious 3-way switch with sort of 20 minutes to go and play a different style entirely? I think we're going to, 20 minutes to go. Because this just isn't working, I'm going to change things up dramatically. They won't expect it. I don't really expect it, so here we go. Clark Slocum comes on, as does Nelson for Owusu, and then Hall for Rodgers on the left-hand side, and we're going to play this formation instead. We can keep very similar team instructions playing this, but an opportunity for Nelson to be a hero. Those front two not played particularly well, and although I sort of bigged up Owusu as being the key man, it didn't really happen. We need to get a bit more creative, boys. 10 minutes to go. This game is just disappearing from us. Why are we not? Oh dear, go more direct as well then. There's not long left to go here at all. Time is just ticking away, and it looks as if it's going to be very drab, very similar to last episode actually. Quite like a decent result in the first game, then quite a drab second game, and rather than a 1-0 win, a 1-0 defeat. And that is the sort of, they're top of the league. They're top of the league. We've given them such a good game, and, well, in a way we have. I don't know whether to be aggressive or not. I'm far from pleased. We've dominated. We should be winning. They look fired up. And that was our big chance, I think, to get into the third round, and we've blown it. Could have got a League One team, could have got a League Two team, but no. We've got Carlisle, who will be promoted this season, you suspect, but I bet they get a good team as well. Shall we see? Shall we have a look at what we could have won? Oh, I shouldn't do this. All right, well, let's see who they would have got, or who we would have got if we were in the next round. This is to end the episode as well, so this could be a crushing way to end, or a sort of way to end. Oh god, here we go. This is pressure right now. This is tension. All right, let's get to the Monday. Make sure it's done, and now let's go and investigate. This could be. I almost don't want to know. So Carlisle in the FA Cup are going to play Liverpool. Oh no! Liverpool at home. Liverpool. Liverpool. Oh, soul crushing. Absolutely soul crushing. Well, never mind. I'll see you next time for more. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. And we love with care. From here to Benji until next time. Goodbye. Liverpool. And also, before we go, folks, a massive shout out to Sean and Cameron, who supported over on Patreon. Much love to you guys. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you soon. As soon as we go professional, people will get players and all sorts. I'm excited. It'll happen one day.